It's called Tally-ho, or After the Fox, because tally-ho is a British hunting term that is the equivalent of After the Fox. And I got that information from my very best New York friend, Vivian. In other words, the coastline. In other words, the Empire State Building. In other words, After the Fox. Dear Nocturnal, when was the last time you slept the whole night through? In other words, have you jumped into the edge of the Atlantic? Have you forgotten me?
After the fox, see the chase, feel the theater, a grasp at something with a velvet waist fails, an overcoat trails. In other words, Midtown. In other memories, hands were held still by pearl bangles, by starlight. Dear morning, I would say again, but it's been said again and better than once. I did not jump. Once I did not forget you or your other more comfortable shoes when you stepped from the sea. I do not sleep on your account. In other words, I do not sleep. In other words, do you sleep?
The chase is accounted for, Nocturnal. The chase is no longer your biggest problem. These streets run north and south. This island you see is narrow. The problem is there's never enough time to catch you. And starlight, it's not summer anymore. In other words, I haven't been to the sea. In other words, I haven't seen you for days. Go on, talk about all the memories you have in your head. Go ahead and make a joke. I'll be here watching the sun light the skyline, light the tallest building, one at a time. In other words, the chase is accounted for, and I don't sleep either. Dear Nocturnal, this island, it's narrow.
Morning, you speak of narrow, of this island. I would not dream of joking about something so serious, because I speak of legs. We can agree here on the tallest, yes, and longer. We can agree on haste. We can agree to remember. But there is no accounting for taste. An overindulgence of black leather seemed more comfortable than After the Fox. In other words, not erotic. In other words, neurotic. Talking, times squared and squared again. 1 hour became 4 hours spent walking. In other words, crosstown. A tandem chase past buildings lit from inside. It's not a gap-toothed summer. Say the sun won't slide down, a tongue on glass canyons. Say the sun is not really chasing either, not at this pace. Dear morning, do you ever grow tired of your narrow tracks in concrete, with the white stare always at your back?
1 hour squared is 1 hour, and that's all, and that's a fact. But you're right about one thing. Say the sun won't slide down. Say the sun is sick of the chase is sick of the sun. In other words, Nocturnal, after the fox, there are no tracks, no tired eyes. After the fact, there are no apologies, no jokes to be made, not on my behalf. Somewhere someone is looking for you. Somewhere the Atlantic is crying. Serious or not, I'd say again, but I prefer once more. So, once more. How easy is it for you to live with your decisions? How easy is it to stare at the sun?
Climbing stairs are not easy. Morning again is never easy, nor is after, and that's a fact. Apologies are never easy on your behalf. In other words, someone may be searching. In other worlds, someone may be looking at the sun now or building a castle from glass. But it is not me by the breakwater crying. Morning, it is not me or the Atlantic who cries after the fox. Cast a few first stones, again, or a corrugated box. There are a myriad yawning. On other days, a broken sunrise could be called a dawning. On other days, a rest. Today, this gift is for someone else. In other words, a paper, sack, an empty bottle are what I get. I am trying, but I have never stayed awake and never seen the sun again or ever. In another language, there will only be the gulls to welcome you back from dancing.
Nocturnal, my slow dance might just be your biggest problem. Let's talk about fear, huh? Let's talk about crossing Broadway at midnight. Remember? You were always so good at remembering. Stone or stare, hunting or hunted. Let's just talk about midnight. Let's talk about the way we move in moonlight. Nocturnal, my slow dance might just be the stick that breaks your back. In other language, après le petit renard. In other words, small animals can be sneaky. In this city, there are 4 things you can be certain of, one of which is fear, again and again. Let's think about it, huh? Let's duck in the alley, break a bottle, and talk about what each other lack. Remember? You were always so good at finding those hidden places. Nocturnal, you were always so sneaky. What has changed? What is it exactly that makes you so scared? Thank you.